I've had a little shave now, so looking a bit younger as well.
So talk us through what you did this morning.
Literally did the longer distance stuff today. So some 400 meters, then 300, then 200, 100 times 3. Then did some halfway lines and back. So yeah, more the aerobic stuff, which yesterday was more the short straps.
I think as we're getting a little bit closer towards football, we've got to be doing more short, sharp stuff with the ball, and obviously JMO's a good example of that. Someone who I've got to get to his level for being sharp. So
the thing with that, the story on that is just before lockdown, I went for a 5k with Tominay, and I think after the first K he lost me, and I ended up doing 2.5k, and I went home.
I'm waiting for him at the finish line, and I'm thinking,
I'm never doing that again. So yeah,
where's he at?
There's a bit more you and not me, but I'm trying to improve that.
Yeah, no, you just need the short, sharp stuff. You're all right for that. Have you been doing much ball work at home?
Yeah, quite a bit, to be fair. Making use of the garden just to do little stuff. I think when you go back, I think if you haven't done any ball stuff, I think that takes a big toll on. Your legs really. You can do all the long distance, the short shot stuff, but
you don't need
using a ball. You have to use the ball in the game. So I think in the game,
you don't need
the ball for about 2.5 minutes per game.
Yeah,
I think something like that. So just doing little things like that, little ball work, sharp stuff like that just helps a lot when you go back.
Yeah, the short, sharp stuff with the ball is the most important thing, because you can do as much long distance running as you like, but you never continuously run in a match for that period of time until stop start. And I think I'm looking forward to getting back anyway. It's getting a little bit boring, but at least I've had a footy net delivered now, so I've got something to keep me occupied. Have you been speaking regularly to the coaching staff, JMO? I think we both have, haven't we?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, most days, to be fair. Just trying to keep an eye on what we're doing and stuff. And this week, obviously, we've been sent GPSs so they can monitor how much we're doing. We've got certain sessions each day. Yeah, there's a GPS.
These horrible machines.
And then we can send it in then. So just so when we get back, not to say who's been doing more than who, just to say where kind of.
Yeah, everyone's got different levels of fitness, haven't they? So it's not specifically a thing of competition or anything like that. It's just to see where you're at for when you get back, and it's a good guideline for the coaches and everybody like that to see whenever we get back what sort of level we're at and stuff like that. But we have a Zoom session every morning, don't we? Yeah, Charlie and the fitness guys have been brilliant in the mornings. Everybody's been coming online 11 o'clock sharp. Nobody's late, which is good. So it's been all right. Keeps everyone occupied as well. At least you can see each other and interact with all the boys as well, because you never see them, do you? So
no, I think that's what's been weird. I think being used to seeing the boys every day, not just obviously in training, but in the change room and things like that. I think that's been, the weirdest part of it, not seeing them every day. So it'd be good to get back and see the boys.
So it's Dan's debut season. So I want you to talk me through your first goal at Chelsea, the emotion, and then obviously the transition from coming from Swansea to playing for probably the biggest club in the world and playing in Europe. Well, how has that been for you? What sort of emotions have you experienced during that?
Ups and downs, I can go back to that Chelsea game at the start of the season and debut, but for the Stretford end is obviously what dreams are made of, as you know. The emotion, you saw the emotion on my face, you picked me up that.
Yeah, I was buzzing.
It was pure emotion, mixed emotions, It's just not relief, but it was just obviously amazing. I didn't expect to be in the squad at the start of the season. Never mind coming off the bench. It was just, as I said, dream come true, and the whole team felt that emotion with me, and had the family in the crowd, and obviously topped it off with a great win as well.
All pre-season panicking, saying I've not scored all pre-season. What's going on?
Yeah,
when am I going to score? And then there, and it's like, well, that sets you up then, doesn't it?
Yeah, obviously that was when scored at Chelsea, and then Tominay had a good first. My expectations went from me to, higher, and you kind of got to take that yourself, really. What do I expect of myself now? I didn't change anything. To think, all right, I've started better than I have. I just kept the goals the same. I didn't want to expect higher of myself, but obviously, if you have a good first month, you're expected to do that every month now. And I think after that, it was kind of you know what I mean? It down a bit, I won't score as many, and had a little.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter about scoring goals. The way that you was playing is more important. That's what young players don't realise when they're coming through. Like they think like, oh, I'm in a rich vein of form. I've got to keep that going and keep them levels going. But as you learn and stuff like that, you begin to notice like how you keep playing well and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You notice.
I think that was the thing of coming from Swansea to here. As you said, it was such a big difference to what obviously I expected to be a big difference, but it was a lot bigger than I thought. It's not just obviously about playing well, it's about can you perform at a high level at every game you play. You're playing 3 games a week. Covering about 9-10 K at Swansea and covering, you know what I mean, most games this year is 11. And a lot of that is obviously at high speed. So I think
it's a culture change as well. You have to adapt to your surroundings and stuff like that. It's not just going to be a straight click. And obviously, the first month, as you were saying, you were scoring goals and stuff like that. But then you're playing well, and you still finding your feet in the Premier League, which is one of the toughest leagues in the world. So it's not exactly like it's clockwork and it's dead easy. Do you know what I mean? It takes time to adapt to different things which are going on in your life as well.
Yeah, this year has been a massive learning curve, and obviously we're up to finish the end of the season, but there's obviously been a lot of ups and downs, and this season has obviously really helped me. It's another season where I can try and kick on, and coming from Swansea last year, I think if I look back a year ago, it was my first season in senior football, so this season's been another stepping stone for me. How did you feel like, obviously, you were in the team at that time and you were doing so well, performing at highest. Obviously, you played a lot last season, but you were scoring. I think, what was the game you got? It was the Leicester game, wasn't it? Was it Leicester?
No, it was Brighton. Last minute.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was probably the most exciting start to the season, was it?
Yeah, it was.
How did you feel like, obviously, getting that injury at that sort of time?
Well, yeah, it was one. I think it was November time, and then I got another one in December. So it was like you get back for a few games, and then they had the international period, so that was good for me. And then you get injured around Christmas time. So no, it was tough, but as you know, it's all about in professional sports. It's always about mental toughness. How do you deal with setbacks and different things like that? And some people